Russia's government passes a new electronic draft law in advance of a planned spring offensive. What does Russia's digital draft indicate for the coming conflict? The battle in Ukraine is about to embark on a spring offensive. Russia has already imposed stricter regulations on draft dodgers, indicating that if sufficient volunteers cannot be found, Russia may be getting ready to issue another order for mass conscription. In the past, draft dodgers had to be addressed in person, which resulted in films of people being coerced into enlisting against their will. A digital message on a portal that has grown to be a significant component of Russia's digital infrastructure is now the only thing standing between prospective Russian military recruits and conflict. A US-made Patriot defensive system was allegedly destroyed, according to a Russian report. US officials, however, told the Reuters news agency that the equipment was likely damaged but not completely destroyed. According to Russian state news agency TASS, the Russian Defense Ministry confirmed that Russian troops had destroyed an Il-119 howitzer used in Ukraine. In the midst of fierce battle close to the eastern city of Bakhmut, the Ukrainian military claimed to have gained additional gains and that Russia was still sending new soldiers, including paratroopers, into the area. According to Andriy Yermak, the head of the Ukrainian presidential office, a kid was murdered during Russian shelling of the Kherson region. As a result of bombardment in Zelenivka, a village in Kherson, this occurred. Her father carried her in his arms to the hospital, he wrote on Telegram. A guy who participated in the Russian mercenary war in Ukraine was sentenced to 10 years in prison by a Kyrgyz court. The 2-month extension of the Ukraine Black Sea grain deal was welcomed by UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres. Li Hui, a representative from China, was informed by Ukraine's foreign minister that Kyiv would reject any plans to end the war with Russia that involved its ceding territory. Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, is to visit Ukraine as part of a peace initiative, according to a spokesman for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. According to Foreign Minister Sergei Alienik, Belarus, one of Russia's closest friends, has largely reinstated controls on its 1,239-kilometer, 770-mile, border with its neighbor. According to representatives from both countries, Finland and Denmark's bank accounts in Russia have been stopped, forcing their embassies to make payments in cash. Deals made during the communist era that gave Russia unrestricted access to land and property in Prague and elsewhere were annulled by the Czech government. Dmytro Kuleba, the foreign minister of Ukraine, commended the French Senate for supporting a vote designating the Great Famine of 1932 to 1933, often known as the Holodomor, as a genocide. Alexander Rodniansky, a well-known film producer, and Ivan Viripiev, a theatrical director, had been placed under custody by a Moscow court for spreading false information against the Russian army. Neither man is present in the nation. Despite a recent jet coalition made by the UK and the Netherlands, the White House will ultimately be responsible for any decision to send F-16 fighter planes to Ukraine, according to the UK and German military ministers. Andrzej Duda, the president of Poland, declared that Warsaw will not give Ukraine F-16 fighter jets. According to Hungary's foreign minister, unless Kyiv removes Hungarian bank OTP from its list of war supporters, it will veto any fresh sanctions package against Russia as well as the next round of EU military assistance to Ukraine.